Bonjour, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. So your girl has finally graduated university! I hope you did that. And it sounds so like cheesy and like evident, but like honestly, I'm so proud of myself that I did this. Like, there were multiple times where I was like, is this really my path? I don't know why I had those questions in my head, because I had no plan B's. I didn't even have this podcast slash YouTube channel, and even if I have it now, it's not with my 43 followers on YouTube that would be strong enough of a decision to focus only on podcasting. And imagine me telling that to my parents. They would be like, girl, shut up and go back to studying. Like, what? But, by the way, I appreciate every single one of y'all 43 subscribers. We gained one. For the last 2 months, there was only 42, and now after 2 months, I was able to gain one. That needs another round of applause. But oh my god, I'm such in disbelief that for me, school is over. After giving it like 15 years, more than 15 years. Wait. So in Canada, there's 6 years of elementary school, then 5 years of high school, then 2 years or 3 years of cégep, and then there's 3 years of uni. Because I did 3 years of cégep, 3, 6, plus 6, 12, plus 5, 17 years! I gave 17 years of my life to school to get a little paper that said, you did it. Like, what? And honestly, even though I'm super relieved and happy that this chapter of my life is finally over, I'm still a little bit sad that it's over, because for me, and I know that I'm really privileged to say that, for me, school, yes, I was able to learn things. Yes, there were some classes that were really, like, interesting, and, like, I feel like I've learned a lot from these classes, and others, they were really boring. Like, really fucking boring. But I had to take them because they were mandatory. But also, for me, school was, like, a place to find new friends, meet new people, have laughs with people that, even though you may just be friends in the context of this class, and like your friendship, you know, it's not the type of friendship that will survive after this class. Just the fact that in the moment I was able to like better up my social skills, better up my ability to not be shy. I wouldn't say anymore, because I feel like I'll always be shy, whether I like it or not, but like at least be able to make myself friends by my own, and be able to meet new people, like I said, and just the whole context of like, I don't know, whether I liked it or not, school was like the only factor in my life that was constant. Like, whether I like it or not, by September I'll be back to school till the end of April. And that gave me a certain sense of like routine and stability that I feel like right now I have, but I don't. I have, but I don't. Because now I'm alone, like not a little dog, but like a little kid, like alone in the world for the first time. And I'm supposed to like have it all figured out, because I'm 22. By September I'll be 23. And people, like, literally, I went on Facebook the other day. I don't know who does go on Facebook anymore. Whatever. I love low-key Facebook Marketplace. Like, sometimes I get lost in Facebook Marketplace, even if I'm not looking for something specifically. You just find so much interesting stuff and funny stuff also. but that's besides the point. I was going to Facebook, and I saw a girl from my high school who literally got pregnant, and she's like sharing her pictures with her and her boyfriend and stuff, and like announcing that she's pregnant and blah blah blah. And I'm like, wait, we can do anything we fucking want. Like, it's not because I can be 22 and have children, or I can be 22 and start a business, or I can be 22 and go and just travel the world, or I can be 22 and just stay in my parents' basement and do little podcasts once a week and go work a full-time job. You know what I mean? Like, I can do any fucking thing that I want, but I gotta keep in mind that the things that I'm doing right now will define the rest of my life. Do you see my hand shaking? Like, what the hell? What the actual fuck? And not only that these decisions that I'm doing right now will affect the trajectory of my whole life, but things in life can also happen unexpectedly that even though if I plan, quote unquote, my life, I could have never like seen that coming. For example, the lockdown. Who saw that coming? Like, nobody. At least not the average like suburban girl like me, you know? And like factors like that could just happen, and like all of your little plans that you had, all to the trash because this factor just came into the equation. Like, what? And also, these factors can be positive, but also negative. Positive, what if... You know what I like to say? What's the point of dreaming if you don't... What? What's the point of dreaming if it's not to dream big? And, what if one day, that's what I was saying, I just post a little TikTok and it blows up, and then people start to watch even more my podcast, and I can, I don't know, have a little Brittany Broski moment with the girl with the kombucha. But now it's even weird for me to just define her as the girl with the kombucha, because she's now more than that in the sense of I follow her for her podcast, her sense of humor, and blah blah blah. But if you don't know Brittany Broski, you've certainly seen her like taste kombucha. She's the girl who's trying kombucha and she's making like all these funny, relatable faces. That's the girl that I'm talking about. And I can have a little Brittany Broski moment, and like from a day to another one, I'd be, it's so cringe to say, but like TikTok famous. I cannot say that. Not TikTok famous. I don't ever want to be like a Charlie D'Amelio of this world. Like, that's not my purpose, at least for now. But just have a TikTok that blows up and then draws conversion to my podcast, and people are listening to it more and more, where I can like maybe only live, or at least start to live by that, because nothing is monetized. Why, you may be asking? Because in Canada, they don't do that. They don't care about creators. Try to be an influencer for a day. Remember when that girl said that on TikTok? Girl, try to be an influencer try to be a fucking single mother working 2 jobs and like, what the fuck? And having, not only working 2 jobs and being a single mother, but still having to come back home and be an actual mother and like teach her children and blah 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 blah. Like, she doesn't have a time to rest. Try to be that. Try to be her. Sorry, not that. But like, yeah, I kind of got lost. I said so many things in such a short amount of time. I feel that's remarkable. Sometimes I feel like in English I talk a little bit slowly. Some of my friends may say in French too, bitch. But yeah, it's super stressing to think that these are the years that... Do we call this the golden years? I don't think so. But these are the years that will shape everything. You know? And I'm kind of lucky, because before, literally before the lockdown, I used to be like super like I used to be the type of girl to be like, oh, by 26 I want to get engaged, and by 27 I want to be married, and by 28 have a like I used to plan my life so fucking much. And once the lockdown happened, it made me realize that you can plan, like I said in the beginning, as much as you want. There's some things that will be unexpected, that will happen, that will ruin your plans. So I completely stopped planning my life. I have objectives and purposes and goals, don't get me wrong, but like planning them by each year where I should be and blah blah blah, no, I don't do that. I just go with like I just go with the flow. But, and also I'm super lucky, I feel like, in a sense that because I don't have a boyfriend or long-term boyfriend or anything, I can even more do what I want. Does that make sense? Like, if I want to go a year, travel the world, I can do that. I have nobody to not depend on. I don't like to say that, but I'm saying that because I have some girlfriends who, like, yes, they can do what they want, but, like, they also have to think of their significant other. Because, yes, they can go travel the world for a year, but it will be hard they have to take into consideration being long distance and blah, blah, blah. And the fact that I don't have to take anyone's feelings, not feelings, but, like, I don't have to take into consideration another human that I make a team, a pair with, into consideration into my future goals, I guess. That's at least helpful for me, because I don't feel it's helpful, but also it's like a little bit more scary, because I'm like, wait, I can actually do whatever the fuck I want. That sentence, I'll say it a lot during this podcast. Count it, I don't fucking care. I feel like it's valid. And also, I may go and do a master, take my master's degree, but I don't give a fuck. With peace and love. Like, I feel like a master's degree, it's just, at least in my field of study, for those who don't know, by the way, I didn't say it. Now I can say it because I graduated. I was studying in HEC Montreal in a, I don't even know the name of my bachelor. Wait, sorry, I got nervous. I used to say it in French a lot. What's in English? A bachelor of... I'm embarrassed, guys. What the fuck is it in English? It's so sad because I graduated with the bilingual program, so I should know what it is in English. Wait, I'm gonna look on my phone. In French, it's a bachelor or bac des affaires. Not me not knowing in French! Am I dumb or dumber? What the fuck? In French, it's un baccalauréat en administration des affaires. And in English, it is a bachelor of... Bachelor. Okay. I can click that. This is so embarrassing. A Bachelor of Business Administration. I could have translated that really easily. So I'm studying I got a Bachelor of Business Administration specialized in marketing. Thank God marketing is the same word in English and French. And doing my master's degree in marketing is just throwing my money away. Because in marketing, I have been searching for a job constantly for 2 months. 2 months almost. And it's basically what the employers are looking for mostly in job positions in marketing. It's experience. Like, they don't really give a fuck if you have, well, they do give a fuck if you have a bachelor's in marketing or any bachelor similar to that. But afterwards, if you have your master's, your doctorate, they don't really give a fuck. All they give a fuck about is your bachelor's and your years of experience in this field. And I think it's more smart. It's more of a smart move for me to, instead of like automatically do my master's degrees, to like take a break, gain that little experience in my field of study, and honestly going back to make a master's. And I know, for those who don't know, you can do honestly a master's on any specialization you want. Like, it could be, you can do a master's of like finance, you can do a master's of history, of economy, of mathematics, of like creative writing. You can do masters of anything, but in some masters you have to gain some qualifications. For example, if you're doing a master's in finance, of course you need like some qualifications before applying for that. But other than these really specialized master, like if I want to tomorrow do a master on creative writing, I can do that. And I would love to do that, don't get me wrong. Because for those who don't know, I think it's so cringe to say that. Even though my friends are like, girl, it's not cringe, you should be proud of that. I don't know. Saying it out loud is just cringe to me. But like, I have a little hobby. I love to write songs. I'm not a good singer. I'm aware of that. I should take singing lessons, honestly. Because I feel like I'm not bad to the point where there's no hope. I'm good enough that there's hope. But I know that if I take singing lessons, I would really be better. Well, of course. Duh, bitch. Yeah, I mean, what I was trying to say is that there is hope for me to be better. And I sounded like a criminal. Whatever. But yeah, I should like search for like taking singing lessons and stuff. But what I was saying is, I love writing songs and stuff. I've always like loved doing that. Like I remember like when I was a child, I would have my little book of like songs and a child. And I stopped it for a couple years. I would always write here and there. It started with French poems, actually, because my languages that I was speaking growing up was Arabic with my family and French in school and with friends and stuff. So I always wrote in French, songs and or poems. But then when I stopped writing songs when I was a child, I just stopped writing overall because I was, oh my god, my nose. I was with school and stuff, I didn't really give it the time that I should have. And when I did give it the time, it would be like little poems that I thought about, and that they were really fucking cringe. I looked back at them, I was like, ugh, what was that? But during the lockdown, because I had plenty of fucking time, I went back to writing, and honestly, it's so therapeutical for me. Therapeutical, is it a word? You got it. It's like therapy for me, and I feel so good writing it, even though I was talking to my friend Ariane the other day. She was like asking me like, how do I get the inspiration and stuff? And honestly, for me, I'm really lucky that I don't depend on my life experiences to write songs, because if I did, bitch, nothing is happening, so I would never be writing. But I'm super lucky that I don't depend on my life experiences, and I can like literally like watch a movie or TV show, and if I'm inspired a lot, I can write something. And it could be also about little things that happen into my life. I start with that, and through the song, like, I add some fictional parts of the little story that I happen to be lived by me. Other songs are fully about my life experiences. Others are fully not. So it really depends. And why was I saying that? Why was I telling? Oh yeah, doing a master's on creative learning. And also, before coming back to my master's in creative learning, the thing that made me keep on writing ever since the lockdown is when I would I don't know if I want to like say that, because you may believe me or not, I have the receipts, but like there are some songs that I have written, sorry, and I swear me writing in English is way better than me speaking in English. Second of all, I don't I cannot say that and afterwards be lost in my fucking words. But also, I was saying that it's when songs that I have written and later on some artists and singers would release some stuff and I'm like, oh my god, that's literally what I wrote. Like, it's like they read through my notes apps, but I know that they didn't. And it happened to me with different singers. I don't want to mention the name because I don't want y'all super fans to like hate me and think that I'm delusional. And even though I have the receipts. But I'm not also claiming that these artists stole my shit, like, at all. Like, it's just, I'm just thinking that if I was able to write this a year before this artist releasing literally word for word what I wrote, it's like, maybe I'm not being that delusional, and maybe I have, I wouldn't say talent, because I don't think it's a talent necessarily, because I don't know. I'm not like gifted or anything, but it's more of like, if I can, maybe I have maybe what it takes to like be a songwriter and be in a room with artists that I used to and still love listening to their songs, and that would honestly be a dream of mine. Like, what the hell? Imagine me being in a room with Ariana Grande writing a song for her. Like, ah! Oh my god. And yeah, so I honestly, the only masters that really made me hesitate was the masters in creative learning, and I looked like in the university when they would give where this master was being taught, and there was one in Montreal's university, and I also saw that I'm so dumb, I was about to say NYPD, the police, NYU, the university, also was giving this master's degree, but I was like, girl, with your bank account status, you cannot go to NYU, study your master's degree, and because in Canada, the university programs are way cheaper than in the US. Like, for example, in the bachelor, for my bachelor, like, the semester I would pay around $2,500 a semester. And when I hear y'all in the US are paying like, oh my god, it varies from universities to another, but at least $20,000 a semester. Where the fuck do you find this money? Like, what? And it just made me even more privileged to have that my parents chose to live in Montreal to, like, you know, start their little family. I'm all over the place again in this podcast episode, but I'm just really grateful that my parents choose Canada instead of the US for multiple reasons, but in this case for the university's prices, because what the hell? I'll drink a little water. And also, I think that even though during this whole podcast I was saying how scary it is to not knowing what I can do right now, because I can do so many things that is scary, I feel like it's also important to highlight the fact that it's also showing how lucky I am at the end of the day that I can do so many things and I just have to choose which one I want to do, because I'm aware that it's not everyone who has been given this opportunity to have this much freedom over their lives. And we should also see the beauty out of this and not only the negativity in this whole situation. I'm saying this as if like it's also yours who are listening situation, but it's only mine's. Maybe some of y'all are also graduating and can relate. And for those who haven't still graduated, honestly, I know you've heard this sentence all the fucking time, but like just enjoy every single moment and cherish every class that you have left, every people that you know in your university, and really like go to this fucking school event even if you don't want to go. Do this FaceTime with a friend that you know that you're only friends for this class, and it sounds horrible, I feel like, what I'm saying, but you know what I mean. Like some friends you have like just in the class, in the context of this class, and you know that the friendship isn't deep enough, and you're not, well, the friendship isn't deep enough for you to continue this friendship, but it's a mutual understanding between both parties. I feel like I forgot to mention that. Like, both of y'all know that it's just for the class, but it doesn't take off the fact that you both can enjoy the friendship that you have right now. So, enjoy every FaceTime calls. Teamworks, even though if you've been proud and consistent follower of mine, you know how much my teamworks in the last semesters have been chaotic. But honestly, enjoy the chaos. It was, at least the only benefit of it all is that it gave me content. Enjoy it. So on that note, I hope you never have bad teamworks. I hope that you, like I said, enjoy all these little moments, and I hope that you graduate, and I hope that you have a beautiful souvenir and memories of your college years and university years. And on that note, take care, my loves. I love you. Sleep well. Au revoir.